Okay, welcome. We're here at the HannesTool Michelsen School of Woodturning. We have some students. We're conducting a class. We've got Jerry and Basil and Bill, and we're having a good time. And we've got a brand new Hannes tool here, and we need to put the grind on it. We need to show these guys how the grind is established. Right now, all that's on it is a little bumped off corners done by the steel producer, Doug Thompson. He starts the grind for me, but now I have to give it the Michelsen grind. And the Michelsen grind is what this video is all about. We have this nice new jet grinder that is a slow speed, 10-inch, 1.5 horse with a 24 grit wheel, which is great for doing what we got to do, remove a lot of steel. So the first thing, I'm going to put the flute right against the wheel to give it the shape on the front that I want to grind to. It is the quickest way to get to establish that shape. Keep checking to make sure I've got the same length on both sides and that I've got a little slight curve here. Gotta have a slight curve, that is the shape we're after. Once you got it done on this side, then you can roll over. First thing I'm going to do is knock the two corners off. Okay, now we're starting into the rounding. Now it's very important to grab the butt of the tool so that you can roll it like this, because it takes a lot of roll to establish, to get my grind on the tool. I've rolled them just about to the edge that I created, but not up at the front, so I raise the handle of the tool a little bit and roll again until I get near that edge. And then I break the line left between the two of them, and then all the way up and get it rounded all the way back down. Okay, that's the basic shape. Now I'll move from the 24 grit wheel to the 46 grit wheel, and I'll make the moves as though this tool was already in use and I was sharpening it. So look at the side of the wheel and the tool at the same time. Position this handle so that you get the same angle on the front of the tool, which is desirable about 45 degrees. And that is in fact where my grind is different from other grinds. The 45-degree relationship between the bevel and the inside of the flute is maintained all the way around. That's the purpose of these fat cheeks that I put on the steel, so that I have the same relationship between bevel and flute, so that I can roll the tool while cutting and get the same response from the tool. So a very light cut, and then doing just the tip at first, rolling very slightly, and then the side, swinging to the side, because we want the grind mark to be perpendicular to the edge. It's also important that you have the grinder high, like I have this one, because if it's too low, they call it a bench grinder, but if you put it on the bench, it's too low. You wind up bent over, scrunched up, you can't really move freely like it's required to be able to do the grind without struggling with it. Very lightly back grind it. The ideal situation on a tool this size is to leave a rubbing bevel of about a 1/16 of an inch, which makes it a lot more controllable. And rolling the tool like this leaves a bevel that a rubbable bevel all the way around, so there's almost no chance for a catch with this grind. Well, that's what the grind should look like. A very slight curve on the front, the cutting edge, rounded over on the back, little tiny bevel. This is ready to use except for final sharpening. This is a little too coarse. I do final sharpening on either 100 grit or 120 grit, depending on what station you're at here in the school. Every station has its own grinder, and some of the wheels are 100 grit, some are 120, but this is a little too coarse for a final cutting edge. So that is the Michelsen Grind. Thank you very much.